I hope you found some more information on this ghost business, Andronicus.
Look, I've been doing some digging around, and by all accounts, this stuff is more messed up than Tatooine. Pirates run this place, though the Empire and the Republic have dared to move in of late. Still, ships don't land here. The cold is part of it, but there are other rumors. The kind you'd ignore if you had sense.
Fortunately, I'm not interested in sense. Only ghosts. What do these rumors say?
There was a light freighter out of Yavin 4, the Star Runner, disappeared over this place. Reported some strange happenings before it did. It was a smuggler vessel loaded full of ancient junk from Yavin's tombs. If I wanted to catch a ghost, I'd start asking after that ship.
Hope you've got your blasters ready.
Just finishing the cold weather fittings, then I'll be ready. Hollow Chatter says the Empire's operating on this ice block, so you might try using your new Lord of the Sith authority. Careful though, place is crawling with pirates, and they aren't all as nice as me.
I'm looking for a ship called the Star Runner.
My lord, truly an honor and a surprise. I'm afraid no ships have landed on Hoth in ages, unless it's a crash. Actually, the name Star Runner sounds familiar. If I may ask, what do you need the ship for? You're here on Darth Thanoson's behalf, naturally.
That's not yours to know.
Of course, my lord. It was rude of me to ask. Star Runner. Blast. Your ship crashed years ago. It's buried under a few tons of snow by now. Your best bet? No. Give me a few months to get a recovery team on it.
I'm afraid you may be dead in a few months. Is there a faster solution?
Well, I mean, there's an Imperial Reclamation Service team you could take command of, if you wanted. It's just, the lieutenant in charge is a little odd. Too much time digging in tombs, you understand.
I only care that he can find the ship.
Lieutenant Talos Drellick could find a piece of glass in the Tatooine desert, but he's very particular about his work. I'm afraid I can't call Lieutenant Drellick. The weather on Hoth is bad for communications. The team's way out in the way searching for some mythical Sith temple on Hoth of all places. Good luck, my lord.
We're close, boys. We'll find that temple, I can feel it. Rogers, no cutting corners. Don't forget the salt. Salt's not the best solution, but it's the only thing that doesn't freeze out here, and solid footing is a must.
I'm looking for Lieutenant Talos Drellick of the Imperial Reclamation Service.
My lord, I am honored. I heard you single-handedly unearthed artifacts of the great Tulak Horde. I'm a Naga Sadar man myself, but I'd love to compare notes. What brings you to Hoth, and how may I be of service?
I'm taking over this team in order to locate a ship called the Star Runner.
A ship. Not usually our line, but let's hear it. Maybe we can help. A bit new for the Reclamation Service, but artifacts. And a ghost. I've heard that the dead talk down in the tombs, but to see one, oh, I wonder if it'd be possible to make a hollow image.
I imagine it would depend on the light.
Yes, darker would be better. Engineer Sorrel, do we have any probes that aren't frozen solid?
Shalora works as good as any in these conditions, sir. She may not look like much, but she's got heart.
If my guess is correct, the captain would have launched a distress beacon before the crash, which would give us a line on the ship.
Not a bad idea.
Beware, my lord. The cold's master out here. My boys and I are going to shift camp. Try to get a better communication setup going, but let us know if you find anything.
This is Captain Quillen of the Star Runner. SOS. I repeat, SOS. We're caught in Hoth's gravitational pull and falling fast. Strange events date back 2 weeks. Yavin 4 artifacts, believed to be the source. Something is taking control of the ship. To whomever finds this message, burn this vessel. Don't look inside. Don't touch it. Burn it.
Lieutenant Drellick really is something else. Could find a wampa hair in a snowdrift, I bet.
It still doesn't tell me where the ship is.
No, but we have a bearing from the beacon launch, and those tracks. Somebody beat us to this thing. Lieutenant, sir, we found the beacon, but no ship. There's some light tracks, though. Appear to be a few days old.
Have Shalora zoom in, Sorrel. I've been studying alien tracks since I was old enough to know a Twi'lek from a Toccata. Ortolan. I'd know them if they were 6 days old and covered in jam. Those are Ortolan tracks.
You think the Ortolans know something about this?
It looks like those Ortolans dug something up. Possibly a clue to the ship's location. Sorrel, where's the nearest Ortolan camp?
It's a ways beyond the next outpost, but the tracks look headed in the right direction.
Well, might be time to put on your best diplomatic face, my lord. Ortolans don't like outsiders much, but it looks like they're the key to finding our ghost.
I will be utterly charming.
I'll have Sorrel bring the beacon to the base. Between it and the Ortolans, we're bound to have a breakthrough. We'll be there when you're through dealing with the Ortolans.
I'm looking for the remains of a ship called the Star Runner, which you took from the distress beacon site. It is truly an honor to meet one such as yourself.
Looks like we've found our ghost. So, you want me to pop this blue thing in the skull so you can bind this guy?
I will release you when I've defeated my enemy. I do no one's bidding but my own. Consideration is not enough. I want your word. I met the ghost, and he needs me to get inside an ancient temple.
Then it's true. My peers in the service laughed when I said it was on Hoth, but now, yes! It's the only thing that makes sense. Your ghost said he was a follower of Rek'shi, and that Naga Sadow's assassins killed him. Sith! Do you realize what you've done?
You're cute when you're excited.
Oh, well, thank you. Oh, how kind of you to say. We're talking about the fabled Sadoween, Naga Sadow's personal order of assassins, myth made real. Don't worry, I'll get you inside. I've been circumventing the security of ancient tombs since I was old enough to hold a data spike in a pair of pliers.
A data spike and pliers?
I have far more advanced equipment at my disposal now. It'll open tomb doors and make tea while you wait. Provided you know how to use it, of course. Now we have a temple to discover. Looks like a simple pulley job. I just need to... Give me a moment. Oh, I am too excited! Every time I open a new tomb, like watching a flower blossom. So many wonders! Unbelievable! These look like the catacombs. The rest of the temple must have been destroyed by the elements. The great and secret order of Naga Sadow's assassins, the Sadoween. This is where they came to die when their bloody work was done.
So much history. It almost seems wrong to destroy it.
Please, I know the Ghost wants this all destroyed, but let me at least take some holo recordings. To obliterate all this history, why, we'd be orphaning ourselves. Our culture needs the hand of the past to guide it.
Take your record, and make it extra thorough.
Thank you. It shouldn't take too long. There. That's the last piece. Just tell me when it's over.
That's the last of them.
My lord, that droid, didn't we already defeat it?
Excellent. Thank you, Sith, for your help.
Fascinating. How is this possible? It doesn't appear to be technological.
To see those pawns of Naga Sadao crushed, their graves defiled. Normally, I'd consider myself above revenge, but this pleases me.
I think I liked your old puppets better. More lifelike.
I find Naga Sadao's droid aesthetic somewhat lacking myself.
The Ghost! Never in a million years!
The Star Runner may be found in the belly of the mighty super dreadnought Star of Coruscant, in the graveyard of ships. I landed it there for safekeeping after I crushed its foolish captain. There, you will find me.
I know the place, but it's swarming with pirates. White Moor, I think they're called. Not exactly connoisseurs of the historical.
I need that Ghost's power to defeat Darth Thanaton.
I wait expectantly for your arrival.
Unbelievable! One minute it's walking around good as new, and the next... Oh, there's better equipment for analysis at the base near here. It's on the way to the ship graveyard, if you'll follow me. Here we are. Now, I have to analyze this droid. But your friend said they'd be here if you needed them. I believe the Ghost said he was in the Dreadnought. Best go there if you wish to find him.
My savior and avenger, my heart is light, almost as if I were alive again. You don't fail to impress, to accomplish so much with only a forceless scoundrel at your side.
You're lucky you're already dead.
I am sorry, but I have always been vain, and surrender is not a pill I swallow easily.
Attempts on my life are not a pill I swallow easily.
Surely a Sith must be used to fending off unwanted attacks. Or have the Sith become soft since my time? Before you perform the ritual, promise me that you will release me when your enemies are defeated, and you no longer need my power. Seal the promise with your blood, and I will submit willingly to your control.
I promise to release you once Thanaton is defeated.
Excellent. Let the ritual begin.
Entering Storehouse 0026. Antiquities, Tulak Horde era.
Patay kuibanist. Ni fragais fraujan. Kup painana. Hausaip. Sai uran sa sayans. Du sayan fraua.
Save some for me, will you?
Laikenan uswambai.
Note to self. If High Apprentice's Deshad fails to submit after the transfer, the bones of Tulak Horde could prove a useful bargaining chip.
Taupanais and niman.
I promise. I won't let Zash get away with this.
Swaiwai silbans in iswish pamantja usteans alfrast no job. Diabulus afstop fara. Anso wilok bardos. Zogi inagandan gisat faur ises.
Whatever you do, you can't let Zash take control.
Elion dandans atense lapto. Iswis du dalai lotais wahaisen. Anso wilok bardos. Zogi inagandan gisat faur ises.
It's no matter to me either way.
Haibaidar gaskir. Afwad ni.
Ah, that's better. I can think so much more clearly now. Thank you.
Kemval will tear you apart. And I look forward to watching.
Now, there's no need to be bitter. This is my storehouse. You may have anything here you want. Now, let's go back to the ship, shall we? I don't know how long Kem will be weakened, and I have lots of reading to catch up on.
My lord, I hope to catch you before you left. I have resigned from the service. The military just isn't the best use of my talents. I feel I could serve the Empire better by helping you. If you'll let me.
I can always use another lover of the strange. It would be an honor.
I promise I won't let you... Wait, you will? Great! Great! Thank you. You won't regret it. I have military training, rifles, small arms, grenades, and I am the best in the galaxy at finding rare artifacts, if I may say so.
Let's hope you have a strong stomach.
I promise I won't let you down.
What was your master like? You had a master, right?
My master tried to kill me.
That's just insane. Why would Sith try to destroy the future of their own order?
The future of the Order means nothing if you're not alive to see it.
Selfishness is the real problem with the Sith Order. All the violence and cruelty. It's just selfishness. You claim to follow your passions, but what about friendship? The Jedi seek spiritual peace, and they watch out for each other. Master Ryan and Osera were more like parents to me than my own parents.
You must have had terrible parents.
Anyway, I'm sorry to bother you. I'm sure you have plenty to do.
Ah, yes! I can sense the new power within you. Good. And I would suggest...
Tagasar Jais in Barks Prize war Tyren Swase Ikbus Karadida.
For once I agree with a monster. Break into Thanaton's meditation chamber and blast him with all those dead Sith you've piled up.
Then set a course for Drummond Cuss.
You got it, Captain. But if you face him with his defenses up like last time, you're toast. Don't forget it.
If there's any way I can aid you, my lord, let me know.
My lightsaber is ready, should you have need.
Ook now Wisans.
My lord, I'm sorry I was so harsh about the Empire earlier. There's just a lot I'm still trying to process.
You'll get used to how things work here.
I'm not sure I want to get used to it. How would you feel if suddenly you had a Jedi Master and were serving the Republic?
You came along of your own free will.
I did. And I accept that. I promise I won't let my misgivings interfere with our work.
I just wanted to thank you again for having me along. I'm honored to work with someone of your expertise. The archaeological pursuits of the Sith and Empire have been separate for too long. It is our common history. We have a shared duty to unearth it.
Sith rarely seek knowledge for its own sake. Your purity is refreshing.
I wouldn't consider myself purer than anyone else in my line of work. I'm honored to do what I do. From the depths of the ground, history calls us to save it from obscurity. I do my best to answer that call. I can tell you do the same. You remind me of my old mentor, Orsilio Gan.
He was the one who discovered something about Naga Sadow's secret apprentice?
Advanced archaeology 100 years. No detail ever escaped him. But what am I doing talking when there's work to be done? As we say in the service, the dead aren't getting any younger.
Hey, I gotta run.
Another friend of yours in trouble?
Don't got time for questions. Someone from my Republic days has popped up. Someone I thought was dead. If I don't jump on this tip now, he might disappear again. I'll fill you in later. Alright, I said I'd give you an explanation when I got back. Here it is. We were chasing down a free trader on a tip in neutral space when an Imperial fleet jumped on our position. Blasted us to pieces. Guy who gave us the tip, an SIS agent. That's spy to the Empire. Named Harmon Reich.
Why would a Republic agent tip off an Imperial fleet?
I hear lots of Republic boys were playing both sides. It's not just the Sith who have powers of persuasion. Could have just been bad intel, except Reich disappeared the same day. One of my old underworld contacts traced one of his safe houses, but Reich slipped away before I could get to him. I can understand not wanting to fight somebody else's war. I skipped out myself, but Reich owes me an explanation.
I can see why you would feel betrayed.
Look, I don't want to talk about it anymore.
So, explain this to me. The tomb of Naga Sadow on Korriban was built by Tulag Horde before Naga Sadow was even born? And that's where you found the Deshard Shadow Killer? And when your master tried to steal your body, you used the artifacts of Tulag Horde to put her being into this Deshard?
You forgot the part where I received aid from my long-dead ancestor, who was murdered by Tulag Horde.
Kalik. He was one of the most powerful Sith Lords of his time. Perhaps the most powerful. And an alien, too. To think how the Empire might have been different if he had killed Tulag Horde and not the other way around. Darth Zash and I have been talking. Well, when she's around. I would love to speak more with Kemval, but I don't think he likes me.
He only eats Force users.
Yes, I'd read much about his species, but never seen one in person. Still, when he gets that hungry glint in his eye... I understand you inherited quite the archive from Zash. I would love to see it sometime.
I would love to show it to you.
Excellent. The quest for knowledge is eternal.
After Lord Cineratus' death, I knew you'd be here eventually. Your persistence is reckless, foolish, insulting. You mock the Sith Order by pretending you are worthy of facing me.
The sooner we get this done, the better.
Talk makes you impatient. You are young and proud. No doubt all you see is a withered old man waiting to be crushed and succeeded. Roland?
Yes, Master.
The apprentice of a disobedient Sith must die. Let us do our solemn duty. This time, I will be sure to dispose of your corpse personally.
I will not be a corpse.
You must stop this nonsense now.
Don't let him talk to you like that.
He's a treacherous snake. Cut out his fangs.
Careful now. Don't lose control.
I warned you my ritual was dangerous. I warned you it was not for the weak, but you drank the poison.
What have you done, you fool? You can't handle that kind of power.
What just happened? Where's Thanaton?
You're dying, little snake. Don't struggle. It'll only prolong the agony.
One thing I forgot to mention about the Force binding. You should never, ever bind more than one ghost at a time. Or else, well, you'll see.
I'm still not sure I understand. I was fighting Thanaton.
Too much exertion wears you out. Lowers your defenses.
We had no choice but to serve you before, but now we can finally have some fun.
Sith. Back in the land of the living. Easy now.
You overextended yourself. The ghost's power was too much for your body to adapt to so quickly. And that's not to mention the little chats you've been having in your sleep. Let me guess, the ghosts?
They won't be quiet. How did you know?
I know a thing or two about voices invading one's thoughts.
Whatever the cause, you look dire. And Thanaton will take advantage unless we find a cure quickly.
Give me some time to do some research. Ashara, I'll need your help. Holocrons are impossible these days.
I changed my mind. I have nothing to say to you.
I thought Jedi didn't get angry.
How could I not be angry? Didn't you hear what happened? Just released on the HoloNet, Sith in the Corellian system killed a group of free traders for failing to give them free passage to the Outer Rim. They murdered them.
I'm sorry, but you can't hold me responsible for the actions of every Sith.
What's the Empire gonna do about it? You know the answer as well as I do. Nothing. If there's gonna be any kind of peace agreement, the Empire has to stop this.
It sounds like you want to make Jedi out of Sith.
Free will is the ultimate good, Even if it results in the deaths of innocents? Well, what about their free will? Their desires? I guess they should have been Sith. Forget it. I should have expected you'd take the Sith side.
It makes no sense. Darth Valis produced over 3,000 volumes, writings and holocrons. Makes a one-line notation. I'm hearing voices, must find cure. Then nothing. In 3,000 volumes, not a single other mention of the subject.
Do you think Thanaton could have tampered with your resources?
These are common diaries, not Sith secrets. There's no reason anyone would... No, you're right. Why didn't I see this before? Volume 2397, line 232. Killed my fourth apprentice today. Caught him spying. Seamline, volume 2455. Killed my fourth apprentice today. Caught him spying. The entire volume is a duplicate.
What happened to the other volume?
Thanaton must have grasped what was going on when he confronted you and ordered the volumes switched. Let's hope he didn't destroy them. He keeps a private, heavily guarded library under Drummond Castle. I'm not supposed to know about it, but for various reasons I do. I'm guessing Darth Valis' missing volume and another by Darth Aratus are there. Both could be imperative to your survival. Please order your monster to settle down. His raging makes it impossible to get any reading done.
In piso se waitai spila presin kretai. In pise e wanata atragata injais. Godais akran bayradans jawan jandans in pan guidis.
My apologies. I didn't realize the consequences would be so dire.
Your apologies are wasted, it seems. I really am quite grateful. You've no idea how much easier it's been to think since the storehouse. And I have to say, I'm growing used to this body. It has its limitations, certainly, but such strength.
That's a shame. Because the first chance I get, you're out, and Kem is in.
A pity? Because there are many more storehouses with many more valuable things. They could all be yours. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to get some research in while the monster's at bay.
I know Andronicus is rather attached to the ship, but I was wondering if I could fly it now and then. Master Ryan said I showed exceptional aptitude at flying in simulation training, but I've never been able to pilot the real thing.
You'd have to get Andronicus to agree, but I have no problem with it.
I'll be very careful, I promise.
Stop right there. Sorry, my lord, but you're not allowed in here.
You will let me in. I'm welcome here.
We will let you in. You're welcome here. Thanaton keeps his most useful holocrons on the far wall. I'm sure he wouldn't mind if you took one.
The ritual I performed was too much power too quickly. I am disintegrating rapidly. I have begun to drain parts of my power into holocrons, though it is only a temporary solution. My research points to a cure, almost too amazing to fathom, but I must try, and I must succeed. It will require going into the heart of Belsavis, a place so racked with chaos I shudder to think of going. Still, no time for hesitation. I go now, or not at all.
I found some things that look relevant.
Excellent. It will take some time for Ashara and I to study these. In the meantime, you may want to check in on Harker. Make certain he knows you're alive, and that he shouldn't take any liberties with the trials.
I would like very much to know how my future apprentice is coming along.
I'll let you know the moment I find anything.
My lord, I've been studying the Sith code lately, and I'm wondering what you think of the line, "Peace is a lie." There doesn't seem to be a lot of room for interpretation, but I know you are an ardent proponent of peace.
There's a difference between complacency and genuine peace.
The Jedi are not complacent. When it is necessary, we act. The Jedi Code is the core of our philosophy. We learn it by heart, and it's the foundation of everything we do. But I guess it's different for the Sith. The Sith Code is more a description than a guide.
A Sith is the ultimate individual. There are as many different Sith philosophies as there are Sith.
What about the Emperor? And the Dark Council? I thought they governed the Sith.
The Emperor has not been heard from in a long time.
It can't go on like that, you know. How can there be peace with the Sith Empire when every Sith does their own thing? This task we've taken gets more difficult every day.
If you don't mind my asking, how is it you became Sith, my lord? The process is completely foreign to me. I had a brother who was Force-sensitive. Darth Maul came and took him to Korriban, but we didn't hear from him again after that. Ungrateful little rat thinks he's too good for us now, my father said. But really, I think he just missed him.
If I ever run into your brother, I'll let you know.
Oh, it's all right. We didn't really get along anyway. He was always faster and stronger, and he usually had a stick in his hand. Father always wanted one son in the Sith and one in the military. Admittedly, the Imperial Reclamation Service wasn't his first choice, but after all the cursing stopped, I think he warmed up to the idea.
What did your father have against the Imperial Reclamation Service?
The Drillicks are a proud family line, and my father is simply the proudest of the lot. The Imperial Reclamation Service shores up the Empire's foundations against the flood of forgetfulness and misinformation that threatens our history. I'd like to see a fighter pilot establish the lineage of a 3,000-year-old Sith Lord with nothing but rocks and a dead language.
I have always believed that knowledge will ultimately win out over the lightsaber and the blaster.
Thank you, my lord. It is my honor to serve.
Time for death, Twi'lek.
Kava tupa stumpa, makingsa.
Quiet, both of you. You know your trial. Now go. My lord, you just missed the latest trial. As you can see, we have a wild group. All except the human. He was surprisingly quick to die.
Through no interference of yours, I trust?
These wretches can get themselves killed without my help. My credits are on the three-eyed one, personally. Uglier than my twisted Sith grandmother, but he has a vicious streak uncommon in slaves.
I'll take that bet. My credits are on the Kalish.
I didn't know you were the gambling type, my lord. While you're here, is there anything particular you want to accomplish with these trials? Many Sith Lords use the Acolytes to gather things from the tombs for them.
Anything that will help me in my struggle with Thanaton would be appreciated.
I think I know something. I'll contact you when they are on their last trial, so that you can arrive in time for the results.
Zash and I have been looking over the information you recovered from Thanaton's library.
Any truth to the rumors there's a big old Republic prison on Belsavis?
I heard something of that from Master Ryan, but I didn't want to believe it.
Unfortunately, Belsavis looks like the most promising lead. Darth Eratis went there seeking a cure for the deterioration of his body. It sounds like precisely the thing you need.
I want to keep all options open. Continue to research Voss while I go to Belsavis.
Yes, my lord.
My knowledge is limited, but I'll brief you once we dock with the Belsavis space station.
My lord, I must ask a favor of you. Our mission. We cannot hope to accomplish it without help.
What are you suggesting?
I'm suggesting we recruit more Jedi to our side. Yes, I know. There are Jedi who would help us. Who would see that a strong, rational empire is the only path to peace.
I'm cautious about getting Jedi involved too early. The Empire must want to change. They can't believe it's a Jedi plot.
Master Simon Walls is discreet. He's known for being open-minded and bringing Sith to the light. He has retired in seclusion to Alderaan for personal study and meditation, but young Jedi still make pilgrimages to him. I would like to make a pilgrimage, and if possible, get his support.
How do I know you aren't plotting against me?
I wouldn't plot against you. I believe in our mission. I think Simon will support us. I'll return quickly, I promise. I can't believe him! I'm not a Jedi. He says I'm not a Jedi?
Who are you talking about?
Master Simon! I came to him for help, and he turned me away. It's not fair. I was the best Padawan Masters Ryan and Nosera ever trained. I am a Jedi.
You're reacting like a Sith.
The Sith are murderers. I know what's right. It's not evil. It can't be. The return of the Sith in this war has changed things. Sometimes compromise is necessary. Yes, I don't care what Master Simon said. Thank you, my lord, for helping me talk through this.
You'll never believe what I found. I thought I'd left this behind planets ago.
Is it some kind of artifact?
This is the tooth of a 4,000-year-old proto-rancor. But look, see this? It's some kind of metal. Not cortosis, but very similar. This rancor was tamed. It was my very first discovery. I carry it with me everywhere for luck. I thought I'd lost it when I fell into an old tomb a couple of digs ago. It turned out it was caught in the lining of my pocket.
On Korriban, I pulled an artifact from an ancient holocron that was supposed to be unopenable.
You mean from the pyramid and the tomb of Marka Ragnos? How did you do it? With a sonic excavator, or some device of your own?
It was painfully obvious, really. I used lightning.
You know, there's a theory in the archaeological world that certain ancient devices, holocrons especially, have resonances. It's something to do with the Force. Just as only Sith can activate holocrons, some ancient devices can only be activated by certain Sith bloodlines. Well, most archaeologists reject it as unscientific. But there's so much about the galaxy we don't understand. Who am I to say what's scientific?
I'm not one to dismiss an idea just because it seems a little crazy.
Oh yes, my lord. I thought so. But if you'll excuse me, I have some new findings to analyze.
Hey, Sith. We make a pretty good team. I was thinking I might take off after I found Reich, but the old job just doesn't sound quite as appealing.
I'd be honored to have you with me.
Maybe sometime I'll take you out into open space, show you the thrill of lying in wait for a big freighter and a big payoff. I may be out of the game, but my skills are sharper than ever.